Before we dive into the strategy, I want you to perform a quick audit of your week. Take a second and honestly count how many times you said the phrase, I will just do it myself. If you are like most founders, you lost count by Tuesday. This personalized the Taskmaster problem immediately because you didn't build a business to create a job for yourself. But that's exactly what happened. We need to address the founder's paradox, the brutal reality that the more successful your business gets, the more it relies on you specifically to solve every problem. You have become the central processing unit of your company, and that is a failure of design. This is not a new problem in the Arthashastra. Chanakya warned that a king who attempts to perform the duties of his ministers weakens the stability of the throne. He argued that the ruler's primary function is niti, strategic policy and oversight, not the karma or labor of the state. When you act as the taskmaster, you are violating this ancient law of sovereignty. You are the king, yet you are handling the broom. By doing the work of your ministers, your team, you aren't just creating a bottleneck, you are effectively abdicating your role as the architect of the entire kingdom. You have to stop being the servant of the system and start being its ruler. The call out is simple. If you are the only one who can solve a crisis, you aren't a leader, you are a bottleneck. Most founders harbor a secret comfort in being the hero. You love the adrenaline of putting out the fire, but subconsciously you have built a cage where you are the only one with the key. Many of you operate on the assumption that because you are the best at the task, you must be the one doing them. This is a fatal error. Being too good at the task make you the worst person to lead the team because you are constantly undercutting their growth to maintain your standard of perfection. You aren't training a team, you are training dependence. So, how do we dismantle the taskmaster? We begin with strategic detachment. This is a core sovereign protocol. You aren't leaving the business, you are moving to a higher plane of observation. Just as the Arthashastra advises, you are pulling back so you can see the whole board, not just the piece you are holding. The architect doesn't give orders, they set the protocols that govern how decisions are made. You stop designing tasks and start designing systems. You define the constraints, the logic, and the expected output. The system carries the load. You monitor the system. Finally, we initiate the council member shift. You must stop hiring task performers, those who wait for instructions, and start recruiting council members. These are high performers who own outcomes. I know what you are thinking, but can I trust my team? Can I trust AI? This is the AI and high performer hurdle. You fear that if you loosen your grip, the standard drops. Here is the antidote, the 80% rule. If someone or an AI agent can do a task 80% as well as you could do it yourself, and they own the outcome, that is a victory. That is a 20% loss in perfection for 100% gain in your own capacity to lead. This brings us to verification over control. You don't need to do the work, you need to audit the results. Build a verification loop, a simple cadence where you review the output of your system, not the process of your people. It is the time for the challenge. I want you to identify one task you are holding on to right now only because of your ego, only because you like doing it. It is your bottleneck. For the first move, delegate that task this week, write the protocol, hand it off, and accept the 80% outcome. Force yourself to observe, not intervene. Stop being the hero in your own to-do list. Start being the architect of your sovereignty. I will see you in next protocol.